I have a serious question. Where are the men? I seriously need to know where they're at. That when you say, hey babe, this on my car isn't working. And they say, all right, mama, let me go check it. Or I'll check it tomorrow morning, and they do it. Or, hey babe, this isn't working. Hey babe, I have a question about this. And they just genuinely take care of you. That's what I need. Or like if you need something financial, supportive, emotional, they're just there. Where are they at? I feel like too many men want to be the princess of the relationship. They want to be spoiled. They want to be the spoiled one. They want to be the one that's taken care of. So where are they at? Where are they at? Because obviously they're not here. Either that or I'm looking in the wrong places. Where do I go? Please tell me where do I go? Because I'm so not like a social dater. I'm so not a social dater. So let me know. Let me know in the comments where they're at. Because your girl is looking. Your girl is looking.
ACAP89 said, yeah, sounds about what the girls these days are attracted to. Facts.
Hot take. Singles events are one of the most underrated ways to meet single women. I'm not talking about cringy speed dating in a Hilton ballroom. It's 2025. The game has changed. One of my personal favorites is Pitch a Friend, where people give short, funny PowerPoint presentations pitching a single friend. I'm not affiliated with Pitch a Friend. This is unsponsored, but their events draw in hundreds of singles and their audience tends to skew heavily female and cute. So if you're single, look up Pitch a Friend and events like this in your city.
These events tend to skew heavily female, and I wonder why that is.
Hey, if you're not ready for the responsibilities to be a stepdaddy when you're dating a single mom, please avoid them at all costs. I'm so sick and tired of dudes trying to date single mamas and then get mad when they tell you you gotta step up and you gotta help around the house or you gotta play daddy. Why would you even want to be involved with a woman that got a bunch of kids or they got kids and not want to help? I just feel like if you don't see yourself being a family man, then what are you here for? And then my thing is this, y'all be sitting over there needing help. Y'all need into these relationships with single mamas because y'all already know they got they together. Y'all already know she got food in the refrigerator for the kids. Y'all already know her bills is paid. And y'all just looking for somewhere to stay. And then what be crazy is y'all be thinking y'all can lay on y'all ass and not do nothing. And then some of y'all be coming into this thinking that somebody finna treat y'all like they child too. Baby, we already got kids. We ain't got space and time to be taking care of another child. I just feel like if y'all feel like this is too much responsibility, then go find a woman out there that don't got no kids. Because I'm tired of y'all talking about single mamas like we out here just looking for help and y'all the ones that come to...
AZ Almighty said, do these men be breaking in your house or are these the men that you picked?
The real recession indicators when my homegirl invited me to this dating event in Charlotte, when I went to the site to look at the tickets, the women's tickets completely sold out. The men's tickets widely available, like 90% of them were not sold. Can't even afford to take women out anymore.
The way that people get online and act shocked that young men in the economy don't want to be a woman's personal butler will never not baffle me. I saw a comment like a week ago of a young dude who was like, you got to stop saying that these are only online takes. Like maybe to you and your generation, because people don't think about that, but like these girls are really out here acting like that. I had to sit back and give that some thought, like, damn, I'm turning into an old head. Because I'm just a girl. I want a provider even though I'm only 20 years old. And I want him to be 20 years old and be a provider at the same time. His money is our money. My money is my money. The girls apparently are really acting like that. Why would a man sign up to go to a place? Like, why would he pay money to go to a place to go talk to people who act like that and think like that? Paying for your own demise.
Clay Davis for mayor said, I saw a girl expecting her high school boyfriend to be a provider. High school.
I just want to know, who made up these rules in dating? If you text me, I have to wait like 15 to 20 minutes in order to respond. Like, who got time for games? If I like you, I'm going to respond right away. If I seen you yesterday, I have to pretend like I'm busy today in order to seem not available. I don't care if I seen you yesterday. I want to see you again today. It's like it's become a thing to be called thirsty if you show someone too much interest. If I like you, why do I have to pretend like I don't care? in order to keep things interesting. If we like each other, let's just let it flow naturally. What's up with all the games?
You know why these niggas taking you on dates? It's because y'all is 10 p.m. backseat demons. That's about it. Y'all don't even deserve a date, for real. Because you just posted how when they brought you food and you just did them dirty. So why would it take you out on a date? You're a backseat demon.
I saw a girl post a video on this app, and basically she was saying how she goes to the guy. Well, she didn't go to him. I think she ended the situation because he doesn't drive, he lives at home, and he's 30. I feel like that was like the general gist of what she was saying. Now, people, and I get it, like, it's like it creates conversation, so I get why people ask those certain questions and things like that. However, I feel like this, right? I don't feel like we should be shaming 30-year-old men who live at home and don't drive or don't have a license and be saying like, oh, I'm not dating you because X and I'm not dating you because Y. I think simply don't date those men. Simply ask the questions in conversations when dating and simply don't date those men.
If all women disappeared, would men go to the club? No, because women are the product at clubs. But the opposite is not true for women. If men weren't included, women are going to the club. If you didn't already know, there's an entire business model based off of parties they throw for women only. Sorry, papi. And they have different themed events, reggaeton. You know it's poppin'. I can only imagine the outfits. Like, the amount of freedom these women probably feel, which goes into like a really sad commentary about what a lot of women would do if men just disappeared off the face of the earth. You know, half the answers are like, I would go for a run at night. I would go shopping at night. I wouldn't wear my hijab. I wouldn't carry pepper spray. So if any men are going to be on this whole club thing, let the girls shake their ass in peace, okay? Girls don't go to the club for dudes.
If I was telling them that, hey, we were talking entirely too long to those guys for us to sit there and not have not one drink bought for us, not one appetizer offered to us, nothing offered to us, that is unacceptable behavior. And
God forbid your friends have a conversation with men without expecting anything. Long ass yap session short. Shorty was out with her girls, and they were waiting to go to the next bar. While they're waiting to make their next move at a bar, a couple guys approach them to have a conversation. They strike up a convo. She admits they were nice, but 15 minutes go by and she notices that the guys never buy them any drinks or appetizers. This goes on, so she gets up to go to the bathroom thinking her friends are going to follow suit so they can strategize and exit. She comes back from the bathroom and realizes they're still talking to the guys. Then takes the initiative to leave, then scolds her friends outside for talking to men for so long without them buying them a drink. Yeah, shorty, I'm going to hold your hand when I tell you this. Nobody owes you anything. I've said this before, just because a guy buys a girl a drink doesn't mean he's entitled to a conversation. And in that same breath, you are not entitled to drinks and appetizers just because you let him talk to you. She even says we weren't even really into the guys, which sounds like cap because you were the only one who was eager to leave. What it sounds like is you weren't the one getting chose. But hey, I wasn't there, I digress. But if y'all weren't into the guys like you claim as a collective, cap, why would they buy you drinks and appetizers? You think they're just gonna give that away? What is this, feed the hungry? Would it have been nice if they did do that? Yes. But when y'all start acting entitled to people's kindness and generosity, that's when people don't want to be generous. Sensational.
If I am out looking very attractive, if you want some of my time, the least you can do is buy me a shot or buy me a drink to maintain your position. Cause there's 4 men behind you who want to buy me a drink.
Them 4 men ain't me though.
But they gonna buy me a drink.
So my friend has a thing that he used to do. He would ask the bartender to send these girls a round of water.
What the?
He like, I just think y'all look parched. I didn't know if y'all drink or not. How you doing? My name is such and such. And then he get to talking. The one he liked, he ended up buying her a drink. He was a cheap guy, but it worked for him.
No.
It worked. Every time.
Is he very attractive? I feel like an attractive man can pull that off.
I feel like none of my friends are unattractive. We all are handsome black brothers. Don't
listen. Joe said I hang around all bad. Say that, did.
So I'm at work and I just get a bunch of guys that come to me and they are not bold enough. I feel like men these days don't know how to be men. Where are all the men, the masculine men that have their shit together, that know exactly what they want and they go for it? Where are they? Because now a lot of guys want to be treated like girls. They want you to wake up in the morning and text them good morning. It's like even planning a day, they will ask you so many questions. Where are all the masculine men? Where are they? Because I'm not meeting any man that is masculine, that is a man, a leader, that has his together, that knows exactly what he wants. It's like these men want to be treated like girls. It's insane. Or is it me? Girlies, are you guys meeting masculine men? I mean a man. Not all these... Oh, God. It's insane. My single girls, please let me know. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But it's crazy. We need the man.
I'm almost 30 years old. I've never had a boyfriend, and I'm letting TikTok decide my dating life. So today we're going to jazz night. Come with me. Let me down the rest of my martini and get in my lift. Woo! Hello. This is not a good place to meet single men. It's nothing but couples here. I had pizza grease all over my phone. I had to. The pizza at Luigi's is good, but here's the vibe. Hey, we're gonna debrief on tonight, and yes, I'm now addicted to the overnight blowout. If we learned anything tonight, it's that the overnight blowout works. Okay. And apologies, my neighbor's on the phone outside, so you might hear something, but that's okay. So recap of the night. The hair looks fabulous. Jazz isn't the best place as a single gal to find other single men because it's literally nothing but people on dates. I mean, I didn't even really talk to anyone, but I think honestly, I went with a friend and that kind of just distracted you, you know? Love hanging out with her, would never change anything. If she's watching this, do not take this video the wrong way. I'm just saying, you know, I'm not going to just leave my friend to go talk to a bunch of boys. So we'll have to reconvene and try this solo, not jazz night though. That's not good for a single gal. Yeah, I'm about to pass out because it's almost 11 p.m. and I'm very tired. I'm very tired, but good night.
I have big news to share. I'm going on a date tonight that I'm thinking about canceling, so I'm like back and forth about it. It's raining and Lady Poppy, should I go on this date or not? I don't know. Going on dates is so much work. I'm gonna have to get ready. I'd rather not do any of this. I don't want to go on a date. I'd rather be with my baby. It's Friday. What do you guys think? Should I just go on a date and give it a try or not?
Guys don't come as much as they should. This is like the best place. If you're a fella, this is the best place to go and meet some women because ladies are so much more outgoing. Guys get a little bit, I think, in their heads.
Yeah.
Being
And
a bit
stop
like,
thinking about it.
cool.
Okay, let's go on. Let's stop thinking about it.
Okay, guys. I don't like sharing my dating life on TikTok. But, like, this one is for the fucks. And, like, I have to share it. Okay. Where do I even begin? I went on a double date with my friend with two men. The one, like, we were each, like, with one of them, obviously. And the one I was with was, I'm gonna be honest, beautiful. Like, 10 out of 10. Gorgeous. Really sweet. Whatever. So they, like, originally wanted us to, like, come to their place, drink wine, but, like, I'm not doing that on a first date. Like, I don't know you. So we went out to, like, a wine bar. We're vibing. Like, I was having a good time. Like, it was fine. And we're, like, smoking cigarettes, whatever. And then we, like, go back to their apartment. It's all four of us. Like, we're just, like, you know, hanging out outside, like, watching a movie. And the guy that I'm with, like, is, like, sit down, like, on the couch. And he's, like, putting his, like, arm around me and, like, holding my hands, like, whatever. And he, like, asked me to go to the other room, and I was like, don't need to twist my arm. But no, I'm kidding. So we went to the other room, and, like, I wasn't gonna do anything, and I didn't. But just, like, first time meeting someone after a date, like, I just, like, did not want to do that. And so he's, like, sitting next to me, and we're making out, and he, like, tries to, like, whatever, do stuff. And I'm like, no, like, that's not happening. Like, I just, like, and I literally was like, I don't sleep with guys after the first date, like, whatever. And he's like, what? Isn't that the whole point of this? And I was like, he goes, I told you I'm only here for, like, a month. Like, how many times do you really think you're gonna see me? And he was like, why don't you want to sleep with me? Like, asking me why I don't want to sleep with him. Like, what? And like this man was like beautiful. And he just like fucked that, ran with it, and like thought he could like get whatever he wants, I guess. I don't know. He was like, besides that, before that, like he was really nice, like nothing wrong. But he was like, I guess we had different expectations. And I was like, respectfully, like there's different ways to go about situations. And like just crazy. And he was like, is your friend like not gonna, you know, and I was like, I don't know, like I don't know. And he's like, aren't you guys like, isn't that your friend? I was like, I don't know. And I was like, I'm gonna leave actually. And so I get up and leave, and he says out loud, because I didn't even look at him, I just got up, got my stuff, and was like leaving, and I was like, we need to get out of here, like out loud, like I didn't care. And he was like, we just had different expectations, like in the room out loud. And he texted me after, he goes, just wanted to say it's all good, just like, you know, we had different expectations, like wish you the best, all this stuff. What? Like that's so weird. I know it's actually like not all good, because like there's different ways to go about situations, and like that's just like not. But it was just like crazy. Like I like haven't had Hinge for so long, and I was like, let me just like swipe for fun. And yeah, I just wanted to share New York City dating. This is New York City dating for you. So. He also asked me to have a foursome. I totally forgot about that. He's like, you know, it's something we've always wanted to do. Oh, well, it's not something I've always wanted to do. So.
And a lot of these women continue to say that they're effective communicators. I'm glad there was at least one woman in the comments that said, wait a minute, you sent him mixed signals by going in the other room. And she's dumbfounded as to why he would want to try something.
I decided at the beginning of this year that I was going to be, you know, open to dating more and not finding something wrong with every single person or a reason why I shouldn't. I've done pretty good. You know, I've done pretty good. I've been able to kind of get out there and see the different people and learn things. And everybody has just been so kind and thoughtful and very chivalrous. And I'm really having a good time because I probably, you know, have been particular. And so now that I'm open to it, I still have, you know, I'm still like, not just anybody. So through these experiences, even if it's not that I find long-term connections with these guys, I'm still dating and learning and figuring out what works best and what doesn't, things that might work for my life and things that might not, and, you know, vice versa for him. I say all that to say it's okay to date while you wait. Nothing wrong with having standards. Nothing wrong with having a list of things that you're hoping and praying for. But it's also okay just to get out there and go on a nice friendly date. And also understand that just because somebody pays for a steak dinner don't mean you gotta give up all the dessert. And a gentleman will understand that fact.
I guess I just wonder how far these friendships are expected to go. Because when a man and a woman are friends, some of these women are expecting the man to pay and treat them like she's his lady. But then she don't really be doing anything but just sitting there. Like, who does that?
I hate when people call it the male loneliness epidemic, because first of all, you have your cult. You're not lonely. You chose who to be with. You chose your brethren. Us out here, us single females, there's a lot of us. And I'm not choosing to be totally single. I would love to have a boyfriend if I met someone amazing, but I can't even get people to take me out on a date. I mean, these men out here, it's a terrible dating environment. I know we all know that, but it is not the male loneliness epidemic. It is the male joining a cult epidemic that we need to actually focus on, people. And maybe the female loneliness epidemic too, but I digress.
It's not about you, Lauren. It's not about you. It's about men's mental health and the struggles that they go through. Stop trying to make it about yourself.
Gosh, the dating Australian men conversation. There is a man out there that owes me $32 for a palmy. I'm still waiting for my payback. He has not paid me back. $32, run me my money. Look, I feel like dating in Australia is scary. It's scary. There's layers to it. You know, the older you get, it's scarier. Women of color, it's scary. I feel like dating Australian guys, they're funny. Okay, off the bat. Funny, sense of humor, good time. But they won't take you seriously. And they say, oh, well, it's because, you're not the woman for me. I'll take the woman that I want seriously. I've seen married men not take their wives seriously. So who are you taking seriously, truthfully? I just feel like they really don't know what they want. They feel like they want a relationship, they want to settle down, but they really don't. They just want to hook up, and that's fine. Hookup culture is like on another level here, and that is completely fine. I'm not against it personally, but go on field. You know what I mean? Just like be honest about what you want and stop wasting women's time. I feel like women who really want to settle down are getting, played in their faces basically by these men. And it's really sad to see. So I've taken myself completely out of the dating game. Like I don't want to endure this suffering anymore. Like I'm too old for that. I've talked to men who are like 40, 45, who will frame themselves or present themselves as like wanting something serious, but they just want to hook up. They don't want to be serious. There's not a serious bone in their body. And when people are like, oh, but not all men are the same and not all Australian men, show me. Show me then. Show me an example of it. I haven't seen it.
Well, I thought I just heard a woman a couple of clips ago say that it's okay to go out on a friendly steak dinner and have a man pay without giving up the goodies. So it should be okay for a man to have a little friendly session without having to give up the ring. But of course, when I say it like that, it doesn't really sound all that great to you now, does it?
Have you guys ever taken the bisexual out of the sentence when you are talking to bisexual women? Because if you do, you would sit there and realize that you just sound like a sexist incel piece of shit. Oh, I don't want to date a bisexual woman because she's been with a man before. Like, a penis tainted that woman. Ew, I don't want to date that woman because a penis tainted that woman before. You guys are literally using misandry as a mask to be misogynistic. It's weird.
What's going down, y'all? Okay, so I just seen something else on TikTok. I swear, bro, these women, boy, these are getting worse and worse by the day. I've just seen a woman gave a suggestion to other women to start asking for deposits from before they go on a date. If you're just selling it, just say that. If you're just selling it, just say that. The nigga gotta go on a date with you then. The bid, oh yeah, $1,000 deposit. Well, there's no point to go outside. None of that. For $1,000, bitch should be for a week. There's no way, bro. What are we doing? Why? You gotta be kidding. Y'all that entitled? You think you're that special? You can't be. Never. Fellas, if any woman tells you that, don't even, bruh, you better not even talk to them. Because I guarantee you these women that are saying this won't even tell their son to do that. They won't even tell their son to do it. So, but they want you to do it. Sounds like a whole lot of fat, if you ask me. Boy, I tell you.
So one of my friends is talking to a married man, and I was going to cover the talk like you shouldn't do this, but I thought about it. Would I rather have my friend dating a married man that pays all her bills, or a man that works at Dollar Tree and is making her go 50-50 and is using her car to go cheat on her? So I was like, you know what? Date the married man. Instead of telling her it's wrong, I just said, make sure you get as much money as you can from it. And when it's no longer benefiting you, you leave, okay? Because I would rather my friend date someone that is adding to her life, making it better, than to date a man that is just taking from her.
Does anyone else wonder if there's like negative consequences of these "are we dating the same guy" groups? And it's not negative consequences for the guys that are being discussed in the group. I think that some of the negative consequences relate to, I don't know if it's like an echo chamber or what, but I think that they low-key reinforce people's deepest, darkest, worst insecurities in a way that does not empower you, but in fact makes you seek out external validation instead of trusting yourself. What I mean is, I will regularly see people saying, something feels off with this guy. Does anybody know what's like, has anybody else had this experience? But literally in that post, it's not like, oh, I really like this guy, and something feels off. It's saying something feels off with this guy. I'm not feeling him. And yet, instead of either just ending things with that guy, ghosting that guy if you feel unsafe, you make a Facebook post wondering what's going on. When already inside, somewhere in your body, somewhere in your mind, you were feeling uncomfortable with this person. But you live in a society that tells you all sorts of messages about relationships and about how you should show up in relationships. And so then you don't allow yourself to act on your feeling of uncomfortability. You have to go and seek out evidence. You have to go and seek out proof that something's wrong. You don't need proof. You don't need evidence that something is wrong with some man that you don't even know. He's some guy from a dating app. But literally, instead of trusting the fact that you feel like something's off here, you have to go and seek out that proof. You don't need the proof. And so sometimes I'm like, I do think that those groups serve people, and they're very funny places. And I also think that they can be like an echo chamber of insecurities.
And it's not just this specific group. Some women have the tendency when they get together to take things overboard and have each other stressing.
You'll never have to worry about marrying a man that hates you, just as long as you leave at the very first sign that he shows you that he hates you.
What's your secret to 53 years? Do you ever see the women in your life tell you to do it? I want a new secret.
If that ain't a husband that hates his wife, I don't know what is. Men make it very apparent when they do not like you. Men make it very obvious that they are just doing the thing. For a lot of men, marriage is just them doing the thing. The reason why he asked that man, oh, well, how did you make it to, 50 some years, is because he thought that he was going to be able to meet another man here with the agreement of them choosing to do the thing. This is why back a long time ago, marriage was really, really seen as an inconvenience for men. The old ball and chain. A woman is only ball and chain to a man when he is marrying a woman that he absolutely hates.
I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. I've seen this video floating around a few times and I didn't really comprehend what was said. But now that you think about it, essentially what's going on here is another form of happy wife, happy life. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. No, you need to control your emotions. You need to stop walking around here with a bad attitude and a terrible look on your face. When the house is happy, everybody's happy.
I'm out here taking me a little late night stroll, right? So, and I thought about something. So I meet a lot of well-to-do people, with the job that I have, right? And so and I was talking to a gentleman, and he was telling me he owes a lot of his success to his wife holding him down, right? Holding him down. Now, before you get on here and start kumbaya and shit, yeah, bitch, like, okay, I asked him, because I was like, wow, I was like, what did your wife do? What did she do exactly? What do you mean she held you down? Well, she was like, yeah, she encouraged him to do his own thing, venture off on his own and start his own business. And she encouraged him, and she covered all the expenses whilst he was doing this, right? Now, some of y'all say, I did that for a dude, and this dude, she ain't did nothing. Well, let me tell you the difference in holding down versus dating a bum. Now, this particular dude, he was Asian. His name was Tun, right? He was a really cool dude, actually. The difference between holding down like him, Tun went to a top university where he graduated with a high-level degree in finance, got accepted into as an investment broker at a high-level brokerage firm, right? And turned it down to start his own business, okay? You hear that? You hear that? That's Tun. The y'all hold down is Rodney, who can't keep a job for 2 months at Amazon and think he gonna be some high level. That's why your holding down ain't working. If you gonna hold it down, at least pick a halfway decent to hold down. Don't pick the scrub in the hood that ain't never accomplished in his life. Okay, two different type of people. Ton has proven that, like I said, went to a top university, got accepted into a job. He turned the job down because he felt like he didn't want to end up like them dudes that was interviewing him. He didn't like that, right? He turned it down. Yo, sit on the couch and don't play video games. Oh, like, let me turn around. So that's two different type of people. Two different type of people. Don't hold a bum down. You gotta pick the type of person that's qualified to be held down. Not something that just give you some good. You be like, oh, hope you turn into something one day. Use a fool for that. But you know, what do I know? I'm just a nigga on the street. I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help y'all do better with your life. You better listen to me. Me talking about I hate women and shit. If you listen to what I'm saying, I give you some valuable advice for real. So don't heed what I'm saying. Don't get offended by the vocabulary or the way it's being delivered. Heed what I'm saying, and you will be a lot better off.
I have officially deemed I know my person is not in Washington. It's not here. And so I need to find a way to move to a new state. And I'm going to be talking with my friend a lot more about Arizona because she is going to be moving to Arizona. And I have a little trippy poo planned in June. So I'm just like, well, I might just be doing some hunting while I'm there. I mean, why not? I've been here for 8-9 years and it's just, I'm still single. I've only dated like men who are either up and need some serious therapy or are old and they just want to be with someone way younger than they should be. And I was just trying to get a bag. So nothing really was like there. And even the guy that I dated that was like a good person still had his issues. It's just, he's not here. I know there's like tons of guys out there. Like my best friend I'm going to meet up with right now, she got one of the good ones. Like they're far few between, but I'm so happy for them. They are actually engaged and they're gonna be married, and I'm just like, I'm so happy for you guys. Like, let me just live vicariously through you. I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life. That was not my plan. I'm gonna be turning 29, so like I need to be married in like 2 years if I want to have kids before I'm 35. Like I'm already to that point where I'm like, we're only declining. Like I'm only losing estrogen and potential possibilities of having like a safe birth. And I'm just like, guys, I need to move. It doesn't.
I just got hit on outside, walking my dog, minding my own business. Excuse me? What about this outfit turns you on? What about this outfit screams, you're so pretty? You can't even see my face. I have COVID. I have a cool pad on my forehead because I have a fever. You can't see my face. You can only see my eyes. I am in my baggiest shirt. Okay, maybe you can see a little bit of under, like, whatever. But I have hairy legs. What? Just like minding my own business, and I feel so violated, so mad. This is just proof. This is proof that it doesn't really matter what you wear.
Sex and relationship coach. I am in the wrong business.
Somebody recently asked me my opinion on the amount of money I think that a man should spend on a first date. And I have to tell you, I honestly think that conversation is silly. I do. I think it's silly to focus on the amount of money that somebody spends. I mean, I don't know if for some women, the amount of money that the man spends on the date equates to the level of interest that he has in you. And that's fine if that's what you believe. I don't believe that. I think it's really just about like intentionality. The man is willing to come up, approach you, get your number, maybe have some phone conversations. That way you guys can kind of vet each other, see if there's chemistry, if there's something there that it's worth actually going out with each other and meeting in person. And he actually plans the date. why are we worried about how much money he spends? Like, I really want to understand, what does that mean? If he spends $100 or $150 on an expensive dinner date, what does that mean? I think the things that we're failing to consider about that scenario is, if a man actually makes a nice amount of money, like let's take a man who's making well over 6 figures. To be honest, he probably spends $100 a day just on food, or he might shop every week. He might have a $500 to $1,000 budget a week to go shopping and to just blow off and do whatever he wants to do with it. I say that to say that if a man who has money is spending $100, $150 on you, that really doesn't mean a lot. Maybe that might mean a little more if it's somebody who, you know, really doesn't have it like that. And maybe you've presented something and said, hey, I really want to go to this show, or I really want to go to this concert, and this person's willing to splurge and do that because they really, really like you. But in most cases, that really doesn't say a whole lot. The fact that a person is willing to go and spend a lot of money. I think if we just start focusing on the things that really, truly matter, like, are we going to a place where we'll be able to hear each other talk and be able to converse and get to know one another? Is this person actually setting aside the time? Did the person actually plan the date and send me the details of the date, or did I have to help plan it? Like, I look at so many other things that I deem to be more valuable about the first date. And it's never at all about how much the person is going to spend on a date. Now, I will say, I have in the past declined coffee dates. And that's not because, oh, I don't feel like the person's being creative enough, or I think that's a cheap date. I drink coffee, but I'm not like a big coffee drinker. And for some reason, coffee dates just give me more of like the interview vibe, like, or business meeting vibe. I don't fancy coffee dates. But I've gone on a first date before and went on a walk to a park next to a lake. And it was beautiful. Lots of people were out walking their dogs, and families were out, kids were playing. It was just a beautiful day. The weather was amazing. And we were able to just talk and walk and have a good time. And I really thoroughly enjoyed that date. I also love picnic dates. Now, granted, I haven't gone on one yet. I've gone on a picnic, of course, but I have yet to go on a picnic date. But I would love things like that. And for a picnic date, it really doesn't take a whole lot. And think about it, picnic dates are very inexpensive. Most of the time you have all the stuff that you need for a picnic at home. So I think that right now in the dating scene, things are just so weird and so messed up that we are focusing on all the wrong things. I think the intentionality behind the date and the man being willing to actually plan the date means so much more to me than how much he spends. That's just my opinion.
I hate when you like go on a really good date and then it doesn't go anywhere, but you totally understand why. Like, I went on a great date with a dude, but he's like a finance bro. And I'm a liability around those types of people. So I was like, oh man, your judgment is sound, my guy. And unfortunately, that's hot.
Nothing but facts. Men believe their peen should be praised. Sir, our bodies grow a human and our kitty have 9-pound babies and bounce back. Our kitty power alone will clam slam the men's. Yes. I don't know why men think that their peen is so superior. Like, I keep saying this, like, really, all you got to do is just squeeze hard enough and it will cripple them down. Like, seriously, you want to see a man drop and drop fast? Just squeeze. And they'll always let you close to the peen because they always think you're trying to get some. It is the weakest organ besides the eyeball. I don't understand this. And like you're saying, the kitty has to shove out a whole human being from it. A whole human, something that men could never endure, which is why women's pain threshold is higher than men's. We are built to survive. There's not good. Grab a hold of the kitty and squeeze real hard. It ain't dropping no woman. We were like, what the doing?
Oh man, when you grab a man, they just fall to their knees. And if you grab a woman like that, she's not falling to her knee. Fortunately for you, this is just a simple Google search. A similar thing would be maybe your ovaries, cramps, ovarian cysts, ovarian torsion. You know how I found that out? By just a simple Google search. You are not that much stronger than men. Stop.
Bring back the boys I was dating at 16 through like 20. I don't date men, but I am bi, so it's definitely always going to be on the table. You would think that dating men would get better as you got older because their brains develop and they learn more. They can be better partners because they're growing and developing, just like I'm a way better partner at 29 than I was at 19. My experience has not been that with men. When I was young, I had men taking me out on picnics, buying my favorite things, being intentional, writing. My first boyfriend wrote me like love songs and poems, and like the first guy I was in love with, he would write me love songs. It's just like, I have not had that energy from a man in over a decade. I could probably come up with a lot of theories, probably because their brains are less entrenched in the patriarchy and getting validation from other men, and they're more like in their childlike state, so they're leading from their heart and their intuition. Yeah, I think I'm on to something, but it's just really disheartening. I can't imagine what it would feel like to have a man who's like in touch with that sweet side, because I've just dated men and seen men in the last decade that are atrocious. It's important how you treat people, because I still will randomly think of my first boyfriend. Not that I have feelings, but I'm like, he treated me so well. And at least I have some sort of fond memories of dating men. Even
as a writer and a therapist, you still can't understand why you're not able to attract the men that you want in your life?
One thing I do recommend for us single girls, date them all. 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 And the reason why I said that is because, how can I put this? I'm not in the dating phase right now. I'm just having fun, having a good time, you know, talking to like 20, 30, 40 different guys. I'm not effing them though. Nuh-uh. You can't, don't sleep with everybody. You always have that one person you only sleep with. So, but yeah, I would say date them all. Don't sleep with them all, but date them all. That's all I gotta say.
This really is solid advice. I love it. What could go wrong?